We see OT's dad right away. We shake his hand, introduce us and shit. And then he leaves, and like not even a minute later comes back and shit. It's like OT wants to talk to y'all. So that would have been time to turn up, bro, if I didn't get the cheese. But that's a whole different story and shit.
Alright guys, I'm AOA, this AOA the Shed. Today we are back with Is That Marc?
What's good?
Yes sir,
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming out here, man.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes sir, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Soundbar Studios, for the location. Shout out to them.
Yes sir.
But talk about it, man. Seems like you and your crew had a little bit of you weren't allowed to perform, or what was going on with the OT Mexican or Mexican OT? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we knew about this show for a very long time. Like as soon as we seen that Fort Wayne was bringing out OT, we just knew we had to hop on that shit. We saw that it was gonna be a good crowd. We just knew all around that this is our scenery. This is gonna fit us. This is what we need to do. This is gonna be our next step to push us anywhere further that we need to go. And then so we reached out to his managers and shit. Monsi, Monsi and Sevio and Laguna, they all actually performed for OT last year. So they had they already talked with their managers before, so they kind of already had these contacts on their phones. So once it came over here, we basically just reached out to the same contacts, trying to talk with them. It was kind of like communication was bad the whole time, so like we waiting weeks and shit just to hear responses and shit, and then weeks just to wait for, like, every time we got further, like was talking about contracts and performing and shit, like it just took so long for the shit to actually happen. And once it finally happened, we were like, bet, like this is happening. Like we tried reaching out to other people that like just reaching out to connects, trying to get on the show before even reaching out to OT's people, and we didn't get no look. We didn't even get responses from a lot of people. So for us to actually go around on people and still be able to be on this show and just say fuck everybody, like we still on the show, felt good and all this shit. So we were very hyped about the show and shit. And once we get there, we're trying to get everything in line and shit. We see security guard, he's asking us questions and shit, asking us like who we are and stuff. And then we told him who we talked to, and he basically just called both the managers and told them like what's up. And I asked them what's up, and the managers was like, gave him the green light, like yeah, we talked and shit, is cool. So they took us in there and shit, so we're thinking shit's cool. Like I'm like shit just going smooth, bro. Like everything you would have thought it was gonna be. Like hell yeah, about to perform at Clyde Theater. Like not a lot of rappers done that and shit. They don't even have a lot of rap shows there and all that shit. So we get in there. We see OT's dad right away. We shake his hand, introduce us and shit. And then he leaves, and like not even a minute later comes back and shit. It's like OT wants to talk to y'all. So like still we're like hell yeah, like shit OT. But if I'm about to get a picture or something, make sure I look straight and shit like that, you know. We go in there, we all shake his hand up and shit. And then he was like, he's kind of pissed off. He's like who'd you guys go through? Like kind of like he ain't know about any of us, like well we weren't even supposed to be there type shit. And we told him and shit that we talked to his managers and shit, and he was kind of just like telling us that like it was Greg Gates was the dude we reached out to and we were talking with the whole time. And what's it called, he was basically like fuck Greg Gates. So like as soon as he said like who we go through, and he was like we told him and shit, and he was like fuck Greg Gates. And then that kind of threw us off. Like, what you mean? Like, yeah, bro. Like we had a contract. This shit, bro. Like we put money into this shit. We got a flyer made. We put this shit on our social media. Like this shit. Like we're here, and everybody. We got people buying tickets for us to be there and shit. Like we there. Like this is happening, and they kind of just like shit. And he's just like fuck Greg Gates. He says it again and shit. And he's like this ain't happening. And then he was like, and that kind of just like, I kind of just stared, like I don't really necessarily know what to say and shit. I'm kind of trying to keep it professional and shit, cause like you can't like, I don't know, I don't want to necessarily turn up in there. Like it's not a time and place. Like
right, you don't want to turn up.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's a time and place for all that shit. And then it ain't nothing that I could have did that was gonna
change the situation.
Yeah, bro.
He
so I'm
made
just
his
like,
mind up.
yeah. So I'm kind of just like, what the fuck? and shit's just weird. He even called up the managers and shit, was asking him about it, and he told us that we were supposed to talk to his other manager, which we actually did. We were in a group chat with him, like everything. So everything was checking out. Like we've already did everything he's trying to tell us that we should have done, but he ain't know about it like the whole time. So I think that's really what pissed him off and shit. Because he called his managers and they even told him like, yeah, like, so what do you want to do? Because like yeah, that's true. Like everything we said checked in. He was like, so what do you want to do? Like it's his final call and shit. He's just like, no. Like fuck no. So that I basically took it as he's just saying he don't fuck with us. Like just straight up, he don't fuck with us, which kind of sucks because like I'm like all music side, like, I'm a fan too, bro. Like I fuck with dope music and shit. Like and even to say later on and shit to work with him, like it's just not like that's just not possible. And it sucks like that because it's nothing that I did or anything like that, but it's just like shit, it happens and shit. It was kind of weird though, cause he didn't give us the chance to do anything. Like he didn't want to. Like he told us to get our money back. He was like, "You went through the wrong channel. Like, get your money back and shit like that." But like besides that, like,
were you guys able to get your funds back?
Yeah, we got our money back before we left there, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been time to turn up, bro, if I didn't get the cheese, but. But that's a whole different story and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the cheese for real. I was trying to
just it was already a principle. You were already
bro, trying to be on there, trying to get that publicity and shit. But after that, really, we just got walked out of there and shit. It was just weird as fuck, like the whole thing. And then we called Greg Gates and was just like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
have you gone to this guy before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had a show last year and shit.
Well,
like,
so specifically the show last year, but no other shows between?
Nah. So I mean, you could say like that is a pretty big gap. Like shit happens and shit. But
no, not even that. I was just wondering, just trying to for the background for people listening to get.
Yeah,
more,
bro. Like it's been like these contacts, like they've been used before, and that's how they were able to get on the last show. I wasn't there. That was kind of like me just coming around and shit. But at the same time, like. It was the same people and shit. Like, there's nothing we did differently that they didn't do last time and shit. And it's like they were OT and basically just saying we did it wrong. Like the way we reached, like the people we talked to, like everything was just the wrong way and it shouldn't happen.
But it sounds like it was just on his end of communication.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, how we supposed to know this shit? Because as far as we know, that's your manager. You don't got nothing that says anything otherwise. Like, bro, shit was just weird.
And how long have you been making music?
I want to say about when I was like 14, 15 years old, I was making music. But I didn't really start recording until maybe like 15, 16 years old and shit. I used to like just pull up type beats and shit on YouTube and write on a notebook and shit. Before I had like any recording, anything, I would just put my phone up, fucking record myself rapping and shit and post that shit for the longest. But I was cool with doing that. I thought that shit was fun. Like, I've always kind of gravitated towards music and shit. It's just fun to do, to be real.
Yeah,
like,
when did you decide to take it serious? Because you just started putting money behind it. Let's say that. When did you start putting money behind it?
I want to say I really put money behind it, like, kind of this whole time. Like, because when I say 15, 16, I started recording. I bought my whole home recording studio and shit. And it was like a cheap one at first, but then like I ended up getting like a $400 microphone and shit. Then like $200-$300 interface and shit, and then like $500 monitors and shit. Like I started putting cheese into this shit and just really working with it. But I didn't have like I was always missing something. I know you can always progress and build, but I kind of I just reached out to somebody that was mixing here in Fort Wayne. 808, Alex 808. I reached out to him and I just asked him if I could send him like files, some tracks for him to mix and shit, because I kind of got tired of me mixing the shit because one sounded good and I'm just like, something gotta be better. I just want to know, like, is it, I want to know what it sounds like if it's good. Like,
if you had somebody
who
actually,
so I kind of like, I did that and I sent it to him. He sent it back and that shit, it just sounded way clearer. Like, it was just fire. Shit was fire. So I was like, kind of just started going to him, sending him files and shit for damn near like a whole year and shit. But I paid for every mix of those and shit, and like that's really where my cheese went to, was just buying that studio and shit, and then getting mixes and shit. But I mean, I've always put money behind the shit. Even with my first video, I think that was like $500 and shit. And then yeah, bro. But I did that shit myself too, bro. Like, and I'm like 15, 16 and shit. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. I just like, I want a video, bro. We gotta get a video. Like, I'm saying it was just me and shit, but I was like, I gotta get a video. I want a video. This is dope. And then I just recorded myself. I used to think like everything I recorded was hard as fuck though. Like, finding snippets and shit, trying to post so like people don't get like watching a whole minute video and shit. It's just like, fuck. To me, this whole minute is fire. Like, I don't know.
So you said it wasn't a we back then, but it is a we now. When did you meet your crew that you have today?
Well, right now I'm with Real Vato Ramigo ENT. It's not a group. It's just entertainment. So it's just a bunch of individual artists, and we come together. We all make our own shit. We do our own shit, but we also come together and make even more shit or even harder shit and all that. But I've met them last year. I want to say Moxie reached out to me, basically introduced himself. I knew about Successful Music Studios. I went to Zank. Like, I was going to Zank a few times before. I was going to like 3 different studios. Yeah, 3 different engineers, like, to get recorded and shit. But I knew Zank, and I seen Monty started working there and shit, and he kind of like reached out to me, telling me who he is and like his services and shit, and like if I wanted to work, like we can work. Like, basically just said, like, just saying what's up, like, I'm here. Like, so I was like, cool. Like, I never really seen, you don't see a lot of Mexican rap art. I mean, you do, but you don't. Like, to me, I was really like the only Mexican besides Sevio and shit, but like there was still like there's not a lot of Mexican like rappers in Fort Wayne, even let alone like repping that shit in their music and shit.
I was gonna ask that. Is there a big culture in Fort Wayne for Hispanic culture? And outside of music and in music?
Yeah, the culture's definitely there. But somebody, as far as music goes, for somebody like actually doing something, like representing it, I don't think nobody is besides Real Vato Ramico and shit. And even when I seen that shit, I was like, this is dope. Like, everything about it, I fuck with it, I'm standing with it. Like, and that's just what it was. So I want to say around February, I was just writing a song and shit. And then I remember I just reached out to Monty, and I kind of just told him, like, I got this song, you want to hop on it and shit. And I texted Sevio at the same time. So I'm basically texting them the same shit, asking if they want to hop on the song. Like, bet Monty want to hop on it. Bet Sevio want to hop on it. Like, and then basically we all just was like, shit, I'm free. I can't remember if it was that day or like next day. But we basically like put up to the studio all together, and we made this song called Bump Around the City. And just from there, it was cool, bro. Like, we kind of connected and shit. We clicked, however you want to say it, when we was there. Mm-hmm. Like more than just the music and shit. Like, we was just really just like homies in there. Like, it was cool, bro. So
speak more on the culture of Fort Wayne and the Hispanic part. Is, again, I'm not Hispanic, so
yeah.
Is there a lot of events going on, or is there a spot is there a couple bars that are predominantly for, like, you give me a little bit more when you say it's there in Fort Wayne?
The culture, when I say that, I just mean like the people and shit. There's a lot of Hispanics and shit in Fort Wayne and all that. So I want to, not necessarily like music wise, but like there's like Mexican food. As far as that goes, Fort Wayne got like the best Mexican food, and I feel like that. Like, like I told you, I've been worked Comcast, so like network technician. I travel for jobs a lot. I've always like found like a close by bar or a Mexican place, and the shit was not hitting like that. Yeah. It hit better in Fort Wayne for real. And there's Mexican places and stuff, like a lot of Mexican owned businesses down here and shit locally that you kind of like gotta know about and shit. La Fogota, I think, is one of them. Mm-hmm. Over by Clyde and shit. That shit's pretty fire. Even not necessarily food, or before I stop talking about food though, Famous Tacos hitting, that's fire, bro. You gotta know about that. And then like as far as bars go and shit. Mambo Room is there and shit. And then Las Lomas, that went away, but that was another Mexican spot. That one was kind of crazier and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Lomas was crazy. I wouldn't. I don't know what to say about that one. It was just a fun time. It was just that place got shut down a lot. Like before 3 o'clock hit and everybody got kicked out, it was most like getting shut down. Like,
oh damn.
Yeah, because it was just it was a whole lot of shit. A little small area, a bunch of Mexican music just blasting this shit. But then people get drunk and shit. I mean, it was just different there, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, the people is out here, and they're kind of like, they have things out here for them, but at the same time, there could be more and shit. And like I'm saying, that's like music and shit. That's kind of like me just doing my part. Is the music part is getting the music out there and representing this shit. So yeah.
What do you think about Fort Wayne as a whole? Is it a great spot? Do you love it here? You were born and raised, as you said.
Yeah, I grew up here, so I mean it's pretty cool. It could be fucked up, but I mean I don't really see it like that. Like it is fucked up, but at the same time I don't see it like that. It's just like what I grew up here. It's pretty cool. It gets boring. It's hella boring. Like you probably go to the mall and shit, go probably roller skating and shit, but there ain't really much fun shit to do here. So it was boring kinda. But at the same time,
is boring good and safe, or is boring lead to other things?
It can be both things. It's just whatever you want to whatever you surround yourself with and everything. Like I've had there's just not really shit to do. But I mean, I got like when you with your friends and shit. I mean, you kind of find some bullshit to get into and shit. But Fort Wayne as a whole, though, shit, it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't really got. If you like when people move here, it's kind of like want to hear the story on why they moved here, because it's like I don't know why somebody would move here, but I know I've lived here, so it's like it's cool. Like I know it's like I know I'm here, but like what made you want to come here?
Okay, so do you want to move if you could?
Like I said, I mean, I think before we was talking on the interview, I wanted to, like, I used to say, like, Fort Wayne's boring as fuck. Like, I'm gonna leave. Like, as soon as I got cheese to move and, like, doing it, I'm leaving. I wanted to go to probably, like, I wanted to do some, like, original shit, like Texas or Cali or some shit like that. But I just wanted to get the fuck out of there, like, Fort Wayne. But I think the older I got and shit, like, I like to chill, not really do shit, and like be calm. So I mean, if shit ain't really going on, then that's cool with me. Like I don't need no crazy shit going on. Like if I wanted to, I'll probably go look for it, go get into it, or I'd rather travel somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Fort Wayne. Like I like being here in Fort Wayne. It's calm to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hear a lot of bullshit go on, you could definitely get caught up in the mix quick. But I don't know if you.
Is there a lot of bullshit in the music industry here?
As far as I know,
bad engineers or people taking money from you that not filling their obligation.
Shoot, I just make the music, to be honest. Like I know a lot of artists in Fort Wayne, but at the same time I don't know a lot of artists in Fort Wayne. Like probably just know them from social media and shit. Like oh that's cool, but as far as knowing them and shit, I don't really know them. So. Any problems or anything they got going on, I don't really. I mean, we may bump heads somewhere at a show or something, introduce yourself, like say what's up and everything. But as far as that goes, fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the question. I forgot what we was even talking about, bro.
Where do you see yourself in the next few years?
In the next few years, hopefully, I'm just doing a lot better in music. I'm more, probably, hopefully making money off of this shit. Like, something's gotta work with that, because it's fun putting money into music, but it's gonna be even funner seeing money come out of it too at the same time. I'm trying to generate that. Probably know where I am right now. I mean, I'm doing good and shit, but I'm doing better every year. So 5 years there ain't no telling. I mean, as long as I'm still focused and trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is just elevate and grow. I mean, I definitely want to be rich. But there's a lot of ways and rich you can be and shit. But I'm gonna be rich. I don't know if I'm gonna say necessarily in 5 years, but I'm gonna be even closer. Whether that's even doing music or something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm definitely still gonna be doing music. That's easy. I've done music for some years already. I just do that shit, even when I'm bored and shit. Probably that's another thing too. Kind of transition it from like a hobby to like an actual thing I'm actually doing and shit. And that's like this year has been a lot. It's like has me even just like recently this past few weeks has even been going more towards that direction and shit than more faster than it has been recently and shit. Definitely doing a lot more shit, and it's just it all really comes back to just being at the studio and like just working and trying new shit and all that stuff.
Yeah. I just can't. I had a good question. I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, what do you want to be remembered by for your music?
What do I want to be remembered by? Shit, I'm just kind of what the brand talks about, just being the Midwest Vato and shit. Like it's just me. This is what I'm doing at this time. Like you can just hear it through my music and shit. Like you may not understand everything I rap about, but I mean, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But at the same time, it's just who I am at this time and shit. I can listen to music from like a year ago and shit, and it's not who I am. Like it's not like damn, I remember being on that shit. I remember doing that shit, but it's kind of just like a reminder that I like and shit. Like it's just kind of just. I think I'm getting off of the what's it called track.
What do you want to be remembered by?
Yeah, what I want to be remembered by. Probably just man, that's I don't even know what to say for it. I can't really. That's what I was saying. Like if you listen to the music, you just know it's just like it ain't really nothing special. I'm just living my life and shit. I mean, I go through shit. I mean, I have ups and downs and shit. I just party, or even then I just talk shit. Like it's just be everything I rap about. Kind of you can hear it more. I can't necessarily. It's hard to say it, but if you just listen to my music, I mean you can see. I mean you gonna remember me by something. Yeah. You gonna hear something on there. You gonna want to remember, or not want to remember me necessarily, but you will. You'll remember me for sure.
Yeah. And is music what you put the most of your time into, money wise, outside of or obviously?
Yeah,
living?
As far as music goes, I don't really like to spend money. I mean, I don't feel like I'm nowhere in my life to where I could just be spending free cheese like that, even if I had it. So as far as I move, I'm pretty broke. I don't got cheese like that. But if it has something to do with music and shit, like I'm on it. Like it's like I thought you ain't have the cheese. And it's like no, it's just where it's needed. If it's something that's gonna benefit me, I'll spend the cheese. But if it's not, or even if I could just be cool without it, like I'd rather just pass on it.
Yeah. How many tattoos do you have?
I just got one, bro. I'm the type of dude that I have meaning to tattoos and shit, and I don't really have nothing that really gave me meaning until I had my daughter and shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just get her name tatted.
Hell yeah.
But I think I'm gonna try to be less like that and just get tattoos. I think it's cool and shit, cause I don't want to be that dude. I mean, I definitely want to have meaning on a lot of tattoos and shit, but at the same time, if I think like that, I might just be not tatted like at all, cause I might just fuck around and just think like nothing is worth getting tatted type shit. I don't know. I definitely want to get more though. I have a lot of tattoos and shit I've been looking at, but that's one thing that I'm kind of like right now. I feel like I can live it up. Like if I don't gotta spend that cheese, I don't gotta spend that cheese. I don't need to spend $300 to $500 on a fucking shit like this, cause like when I got this. Me and her mom both went. We got matching ones and shit. I got us, and I took care of that. Like I did both of that. Like I had the cheese for that. Like that felt like something. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like we'll go get this shit together, and yeah, fuck it. My first tattoo and shit, I'll do it. Like, it just, everything about it, like, I got meaning to it. Like, we can go together. Like, it's just all like, fuck it, let's do it. So I did it. So that was it. But I definitely want more and shit.
You have one little girl?
Yeah, she's like 1.5 years right now. Yeah.
What has life been like being a father?
It changed, but like in a good way. You could say that. I really just be chilling a lot. Like, I'll be at the crib with her, just taking care of her and shit. I mean, I used to do a lot of dumb shit. I'm not gonna say like crazy dumb shit, but like as far as like, what's it called? Being out late and shit like that, or being in situations that like could fuck me up. I don't necessarily know how to say it like that, but
just not caring or the recklessness of
like
the young one.
I think twice. I think, yeah, that's what it is. I don't think just for myself now. Like, everything I do, I gotta like think about her and that. I gotta put her in there too and shit. What's it called? I mean, I feel like I've always had my priorities straight. A lot of times I kind of like fuck up and shit. But I always came back to it. But like having a daughter and shit kind of like turned it up more to like, I need to do something. I need to focus, like get something and shit. And yeah, I mean, I see her every day type shit. So sure, it's definitely cool. But like I said, I don't do a lot of shit that I would, but it ain't nothing that I miss or anything. Not necessarily, maybe sometimes, but like overall it's like ain't nothing good to miss type shit.
You seem pretty laid back. Are you a stoner by chance?
Stoner for days. Yeah, bro, certified stoner, man.
Yeah. How long have you been smoking?
Shoot, I think 8th grade was when I really got high, but I was a kid, probably even younger than that, like probably not even 10 years old. I remember me and some cousins found some shit, and we really didn't even know what it was. We knew what to do with it, like, so we kind of like got a paper and shit and tried to roll a little joint and shit, but it was the weakest joint you ever seen. Like, that shit barely, it didn't even smoke for real. Like, it just lit for real. It didn't even smoke for real. I didn't get high at all. Like, we was just some badass kids and shit. That shit, I didn't even know what it was for real. But shit, 8th grade, hell yeah. I had a bowl. My homie had a bowl and shit. I hit it like once or twice and I was out of there. But I mean, ever since then, like, it just stuck with me. Like, I got in trouble with my parents and shit. They ain't fuck with it at all. But they try to like not let me hang out with certain friends and shit. And I told them, I was like, this shit is me. Like, somebody showed me this shit, but I'll fuck with this shit. I'm like, I'm gonna smoke this shit with or without anybody. Like, I'm gonna just do this shit. Like, I don't care. And they hated it for a long ass time. But I mean, I never stopped. I just I don't know. Some people can't like function like after that shit. I used to work at a pizza place. As soon as I get to work, I'll go to the back, walk straight to the back, and light a blunt, and hit that shit a few times and be gone, bro. And then just go in there, put my headphones in, and I'm working like crazy, bro. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm just working, bro. Just like, I don't know. That shit worked for me. I never like it never fucked me up. But if it did, though, I definitely knew like, well, damn, I gotta chill out and shit. But
is Fort Wayne a city that does a lot of weed, alcohol, drugs in general? From your opinion, growing up, is it everywhere?
I don't know how to answer that for real. Shit, Fort Wayne definitely likes to get lit. For sure. Fort Wayne knows how to party.
All right, how about this? Is it over higher or lower than 75%? Do something. And let's take nicotine out of that, because the kids, looks like the kids all got the vapes.
Yeah, everybody definitely got a vape and shit. I really don't like I hear what's going on and shit, but I really don't know. I don't really care. Like I know what I do and shit. I know what the people around me do and shit like that. I know. But as far as everybody else, I don't know. I don't know what they do and shit.
What is your what can we expect for next year? What's next year going to be looking like?
I'm dropping more music. I'm gonna try to be. I'm not even necessarily, not just music, but videos and shit. I'm gonna be dropping videos. We just recently started working with Vince. Vince was crazy on videos. So trying to do more work, video wise. Put it on the screen, like give you something to watch while you're listening to what we're talking about and shit. Some of the shit we talk about is just some funny shit to hear, or some shit to get lit to, or it'd be even some realer shit, some motivational shit, or just progression and shit. Like everything that is in the now type shit.
Can you name some artists for reference for the people who are listening? Like, if you listen to this, you gonna like mine. Sell yourself. Who could people listen to and be like, all right, if I listen to him, I definitely would like you?
Yeah. I'll probably just say the people that kind of like influence me. Like kind of like
inspirations.
Yeah, and that's I want to say Russ. Russ is a big inspiration and shit. I used to listen to him like crazy, bro. It was then weird. I seen all his interviews and shit. Like Russ was a big one for sure. Like I just peeped game. Like he just put you on a lot of game shit. It was cool, bro. I would say if you fuck with Russ, I mean you probably fuck with me. I mean we'll probably don't necessarily talk about the same shit. I probably say it a different way, or I got a different. It's just a little bit different, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of similar. Like if you listen to Russ, you fuck with me. Definitely Detroit has influenced me a lot. I feel like it influenced Fort Wayne, just influenced Midwest altogether.
Hell yeah, I agree on that
for sure. Yeah, so I mean, if you fuck with Detroit, it's kind of like they all got their different sound, but it's kind of like the same at the same time. So it's like my different sound kind of just goes right next to them. Shit, it's not necessarily the same as it's my sound and shit, but at the same time, it's like categorized and shit. Probably them two for real. I don't listen to a lot of rappers, to be honest. I listen to a lot of underground rappers and shit, but I listened to Detroit rap for so long, and then Russ even that and shit. I listened to Russ even longer than that and shit. But also I like to listen to old school too. I wouldn't necessarily say. I would say like if you like. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what kind of genre. Like if you like that, like Too Short and shit, like that. Like we've been trying to do
West Coast.
Yeah, we've been kind of trying to do old school samples and shit, fucking with them. So definitely, even if you fuck with samples and shit, I guess.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's kind of it's not a lot, but at the same time, it's I'm kind of just there, man. Like I just do my shit. A lot of people tell me I don't really sound like a lot of people that hear and shit. Even people that mix me and shit, they be like, your voice is a little different to mix and shit. Like it's like I feel like it's kind of I don't know. I feel like I don't know a lot. But hell yeah, man.
If you want, what's the message you want to tell your fans right now?
Shit, if I even had a message, man, really just keep doing you for real. Don't try not to let people influence your opinions or the way you see things, especially if it don't make sense to you and shit. Make sure everything makes sense to you. Don't let nobody tell you crazy and shit. And just keep going, bro. Even fuck people that be hating on you, bro. Fuck people that feel intimidated by you, and kind of know the difference and shit between both of that shit. And never be a hoe. Don't go for no hoe shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks for stopping by, man.
So, bro.
Yeah.